Yes, people, what is happening? Welcome back to the channel for the Premier League Game Week 2 review. Apologies for the lateness. Obviously, we did have to move it a day with Liverpool's scumbagging a win last night. That's why we had to move it a day. I couldn't be arsed to do it last night because you know why. But listen, Josh, welcome back, bro. How's it going? How's it going?
That's how I'll start off, man. I'm so happy with Arsenal's win, aside from a few issues that we'll get on about soon. But I'm good. I hope Jack's doing well as well. And
Yeah,
Akivin, I know you're doing well as well, Akivin. So I'm looking
okay.
forward to this stream. It should be good.
But yeah, Jack making his debut on AN Sports. Obviously, you have
I
seen
like.
Jack in the chat before, but that's like once in a while. Obviously, he does watch my show, so big up to Jack every single time. Big up to you, man. Hope you're well. Welcome to the channel, man. Welcome to the channel. Welcome to the show. How's it going?
Thanks. Thanks. So please can you repeat your question? You said.
No. I was just saying, welcome to the show, bro. Welcome to the show. Hope you're well.
Also, okay. Thank you. Cheers. Yeah.
Guys, first and foremost, slap the likes, hit subscribe to the channel. Josh, I will try and get your link in the title if you want. Obviously,
Yeah.
I want you to upload some videos as well, bro.
I will soon. Me and Jack are actually working on it. I've told you before. We've got a few projects coming out soon, indefinitely, regarding Arsenal related stuff mainly. I'm on 12 subscribers already, so thank you for that. But if you want to get me up to 15, I'm not complaining. If Jack has a YouTube channel, I'm sure Akavem will link it in the title as well. And hey, I'm looking forward to this stream, man. No.
I'll put the link in the description if it's okay, people. So yeah, make sure you guys do that. Hit the like button on this video. Obviously, I want to get to 420 subs, guys. 420 subs is the goal. We're 6 subs away.
AN Sports is the main priority here, always.
People, come on. Arsenal scary to face. As these two are Arsenal fans, we might as well start with Arsenal. Arsenal 5, Leeds 0.
I'll let Jack hit it off here.
Actually, no, we must start with that jammy little fucking scouser last night.
Alright.
We must start with those jammy little scouters. Let's go, man.
Who do you want to start, man?
And these guys. Jack, since this is your debut, you can go first, bro. It's your debut.
To be fair, I didn't watch a whole lot of the match. I watched part of the first half. Had to go and have some food just as the second half started. Saw the Gravenberg goal, which was absolutely brilliant. And then the Ekitike goal literally 19-20 seconds after kickoff in the second half was almost a carbon copy essentially. And I was happy with the result, FPL stuff, all that jazz. And then Bruno Guimaraes outjumps Gyokeres, who I got in my team, and then makes it 2-1. And then I went out probably about 60 minutes in, and then I get a text saying, "Oh, Wasula's equalised in the 88th minute." And then all of a sudden, as I reached stoppage time,
Rio.
I can't remember how you pronounce his name.
Just go with Rio, bro.
Rio, the lad called Rio, scored in the 92nd minute, and he's the fourth youngest Premier League scorer, I believe, behind James Vaughan. Then it's Vaughan, who used to play for Everton, Welsh guy. Then James Milner, when he was back at Leeds in the early 2000s. And then I think it's Rooney, and then him, and then after that it's Cesc Fabregas by about 100 days or so. So yeah, he's
elite ball knowledge from Jack.
No. But I saw a stat about that on Instagram earlier, or Twitter, I believe it was. So yeah, good win for them. Screwed FPL up a bit, but hey.
Unfortunately, it was a good win for them. But yeah, I got one of the people in our group chat, as you know, Augustia, got very lucky with that last minute Salah assist. Yeah. I gotta say, I will deal with
you. So did I, to be fair.
I will deal with you when I see you, bro. You are lucky, my friend. You are lucky. If you're watching, you are lucky. You are lucky. But anyways, Liverpool 3-2 victories over Newcastle. Unfortunately,
Well, Akavin, you know what I was talking about in the group chat. For me, I mean, up until Newcastle's equaliser, where I think Liverpool started losing momentum and started handling the game woefully, I felt that was the quintessential Champions performance. You're not playing well at one of the toughest away teams in the Premier League, and yet you're still 2-0 up. You ride the storm. It's lucky Newcastle didn't have these out, but they still rode the storm. And then obviously Gordon with that absolutely ridiculous challenge. I don't know what he was thinking. Liverpool fan as a kid, so we can have our own conspiracies about that.
Sorry to cut in. Isak ruined that game last night because you know why? If he had played, God knows what the result would have been last night. Seriously.
Newcastle would have been about 2-0 up with chances very creative.
It was literally the game for Isak. Literally, Isak needed to play that game, man. It would have made it so much more fun to watch. You know what I'm trying to say? Sorry, bro.
I.e. Liverpool wouldn't have won, so Ackerman would have found it more fun. But
Oh, no. It'd have been more entertaining with Isak in there.
Yeah, fair enough. But like I said, up until about the 70th minute, I thought that was the perfect performance. Well, up until the Bruno Guimaraes goal, that was the perfect Champions performance. You know what I mean? It's the typical, you're not playing well, so you don't lose, or you get something out of the game anyway. And Liverpool were on course for victory at one of the toughest away days in the Premier League. So, I mean, until Bruno Guimaraes scored his goal, absolutely fantastic from Liverpool, absolutely fantastic from Arne Slot. I want a quick shout out to Dominic Szoboszlai, who's playing in a bit unfamiliar right back role. He was absolutely fantastic, absolutely brilliant. Florian Wirtz, on the other hand, was absolutely terrible. And I know it's only a second game. Trust me, me and Jack have seen it with Havertz when he first came in. But it's obvious he's going to take a month or two to acclimatise. And I know he cost about £116 million plus, whatever. But at the end of the day, he is going to need time because it's a different league and whatnot.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, I mean, what else do we talk about? The Gordon red cards. I mean, I assume you two saw the Van Dijk.
That was absolutely
scrapes in his shin.
Yeah, that was mental.
No, hamstring. No.
I don't know why he attempted that slide-in challenge. For me, that was one of the most dangerous challenges I've seen in a very long time. And luckily for Van Dijk, came away with absolutely nothing.
It was the most. It was the worst challenge I saw since Gravenberch on Bruno Guimaraes earlier on.
Gravenberch should have been sent off as well. You know. But
I feel like the referee set a dangerous precedent anyway, because you saw Newcastle with the banner before the game, like, get into them.
Yeah.
So they're going to get rolled up off that. And then, like I said, Newcastle with two very cynical fouls, two yellow card worthy fouls weren't given by Simon Hooper.
Yeah, it's huge.
And then I think Gravenberch, he first Liverpool player to put in a poor challenge, and he immediately gets a yellow card. Yeah. So I think at first the referee was letting Newcastle get away with some shit. And then as Liverpool started getting a hold of the game and Anthony Gordon got sent off, I feel like Newcastle were getting frustrated and the decisions were quote unquote going Liverpool's way. But I do want to give credit to Newcastle for the fight back with 10 men. It was absolutely brilliant. Physically very hard to beat, although two-thirds of them came off with injuries, I think. But yeah, Newcastle played really well, and I think they got carried away in the end because Rio was completely unmarked in the 100th minute. And what a finish, by the way. 16 years old, and you rescued the game for the Premier League champions, the biggest club in England, in my opinion, and one of the biggest in the world. Absolutely fantastic.
Everyone was laughing at the substitution as well because don't forget he was 16. It was like, what's the 16-year-old gonna do off the bench? Scores the winner. Like you give it one opportunity, you take it, and he's been given the opportunity to get Liverpool the win. What did they do? Go and get the win. They go and score the winning goal. So Liverpool, for only give credit to them. Unfortunately, as a United fan, I don't want to give them credit that much. But listen, they had to do what they had to do. I also feel like Newcastle had too many chances in the first half. I feel like Newcastle's chances costed them the game. With a clinical striker there, I reckon Newcastle is a different scoreline. You put a proper striker up top. You say Isak, for example. If he's up top, if Isak's the one up top, or if you get even Wissa, for example, even a clinical Premier League striker, Ollie Watkins, you put him up top. I reckon Liverpool. They'd be at going into the break 2-0 down or 3-0 down with a clinical goal scorer. The clear cut, bro. They were clear cut chances they should have buried. They should have buried the chances. This is what Newcastle need to do. Sorry, Jack, you want to go on?
I just want to make a point that I remember, I think it was sort of 20, 30 minutes in, there's a chance which Harvey Barnes whipped in across on the left flank. Gordon got on the end of the ball but headed it onto the roof of the net. And there's a piece of commentary which Chris Hutton said on like Sky Sports commentary about how, dare I say it, Isak would have like buried that chance or something along the lines of that, essentially. Yeah.
Was that the Gordon header? Or
that was a Gordon header. Yeah. It was probably like 10, 15 minutes before he was sent off.
Yeah, first half. Over the top of the net.
Yeah.
It's a shame, man. Newcastle.
Big up Chris Sutton as well, Norwich legend.
Yeah.
I have to get back in.
We saw how good he is in pre-season. Rio? You talk about Rio? The Argentina. What nationality he's from?
English. He's from Newham in London. Originally. Yeah. He was in Chelsea's academy up until 2024. Yeah.
Wow. His name sounds like he's from like South America or something. No offense.
Well, the whole Rio thing.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
I'm like,
I mean, Rio...
his name really sounds like he's not from England at all. He's not from like anywhere near. Because obviously, I know a lot of people. Their last names, I can tell when they're like from a certain part. But that he does not sound like he's. I never. But this is no offense to him, obviously.
It's not an Anglo-sounding name.
It's more an Anglo-sounding name. Yeah. That's what I mean. More an African name, maybe, or maybe someone from the Caribbean. Maybe we don't know exactly. But still, like to do that, it's just mad. It's just mad. Let me get to the comments real quick. Liverpool just clinical. 4 on target, 3 went in. Fair play to them then. With that,
I mean, it's what champions do, Ackerman. It's what I keep saying. When you're not playing well, you dig deep, you ride the storm, and you hit them when the iron's hot, and then you move on. And that's what Liverpool at first did.
Big up to you, bro. Big up to you. Pathetic tackle.
Can I make a point?
Yeah, go on, of course.
It says on like Google, if you search up like Rio's parents are of Nigerian heritage, and also just want to put like linguistic sort of fact. Rio technically means like river in Spanish. Yeah.
Okay, that's why I was like
Rio.
Then because the name Rio sounds like a South American, like I'm trying to say South American.
Yes.
Like that's what I meant. So I didn't mean if anyone. I just like it's just that's just the name. But yeah, pathetic tackle by Anthony Gordon. Yeah, true, man. It's just dangerous, man. Big up to you, Kai. Big up to my guy. Hope you're well, bro. Hope you're well. Which club do you support? He supports Arsenal. He's an Arsenal.
Not very diverse, isn't it?
I support quite a mix of clubs, but like Arsenal's my main one.
Was it Watford, Lyon? Is it?
No, because I follow like other clubs and like other nations, obviously. Yeah.
You have family. You have family in France, obviously. Like where do they reside in?
Well, technically, my granddad, he was born in Paris, but like the origins of like my French family come from like the center of France in like a place called like Châteauroux. Yeah, so yeah, that's where like the French side of my family comes from. Yeah.
Right. But yeah, Liverpool, Newcastle. I can't lie. Great game. Rio Ferdinand, Rio and Muha. I literally can't pronounce it, but it's Ngumua or something like that. That's that. And Rio Mavuba. Okay. But anyways, next game, City.
Moved on.
City nil Spurs 2. I mean, Liverpool just. That's all I can say. Liverpool.
And listen, that's why they're champions, man. That's all I can. That's the only way I can sum it up. Although we've talked about how poor their defence has looked throughout pre-season. They've conceded 2 goals in their first 3 competitive games. Community Shield final, 2 against Bournemouth, 2 against Newcastle. So they are going to need to fix that up. Although Van Dijk performed amazingly as well. Canate on the other hand. Yeah.
Canate is brilliant, and you watch now. Gueye to Liverpool is going to be done by literally in 2 days. I promise you, Gueye to Liverpool will be done. Like, you just wait and see. The amount of goals Liverpool are conceding right now. Arne Slot's done the last 2 games: 2-0, 2-2, 3-2, and then scumbag a win. You know what I mean? Scumbag a win like he did last week as well. Frank. Oh, sorry. Frank is improving Spurs. Yes, he is. Hold on a minute.
No, that's all right. Frank improving Spurs. I mean, we're about to move on to the Manchester City Tottenham game. Before I commented it.
Yeah, no worries. Lucas Vasquez going to Bayer Leverkusen. Yeah, I heard about that. He says Gyokeres was going to score a brace against Leeds.
I predicted a hat-trick, Sanko. I mean, if he didn't snatch up that terrible chance in the first half, but we'll get onto that. We'll get onto that, Jack. Don't worry.
We'll talk about Arsenal in just a moment. But yeah, Tottenham winners at the Etihad 2-0. Josh, floor is yours, bro.
Well, I mean, 12:30 kickoff in the UK, early lunchtime kickoff. I've got to be honest. I think Manchester City were completely outclassed by Tottenham again at the Etihad.
Agreed.
I think I saw this Spurs mutual on my Twitter. I think he said the fact that the greatest manager of all time, his bogey team is Tottenham Hotspur, is just the most typical Tottenham thing. And it is like whenever City hosts Spurs, I should say. I mean, they seem to forget how to play football. It's genuinely ridiculous. And listen, Spurs, I think that was a completely class performance, a completely professional performance.
Yeah.
I had doubt. I thought Man City were going to win the game. I said that if Spurs had got Eze and Gibbs White over the line, they'd have a better chance of getting something at the Etihad. But naturally, I was wrong. João Palhinha, absolutely brilliant performance. Sarr, absolutely fantastic as well. Richarlison was brilliant. I think he might have got 2 assists, if I'm not wrong. Correct me if I'm...
Richarlison scored 1, actually. I think he
scored. No, he didn't score. It was Brennan Johnson and Paulinho.
Yeah. He got 2 assists.
Brennan Johnson, absolute stinker, and he still scored. So you've only got to respect it. Tottenham legend, by the way, for what happens in May. But I know Jack won't want to talk about that. So.
Why?
Well, I mean, it gave Tottenham a trophy, didn't it? But anyway, we'll move on from that.
we gave them a trophy, not. But yeah.
Yeah, cheers for that, Akron.
No. Let's not do this. 3 or 4 at the back. He can play any formation. Sarr is a monster under Frank so far. Yes, Sarr's been really good for Spurs, and also Richarlison, like you mentioned. Richarlison, the players that Spurs wanted out or were trying to hound out.
Oh, Kudos as well. Kudos too.
Kudos has been brilliant. In replacement for Kulusevski, obviously.
By the way, that was Tottenham without Maddison and Kulusevski.
And Son. And Son,
to be fair.
Son left. Like Spurs, I think we're writing off Spurs a bit too much here this season. So far, back-to-back wins already. 6 points against 2 sides that, okay, you thought they'd beat Burnley, sure. But Man City away, like, I didn't think they'd win. I thought they'd get a point at least, because you know what it is, Man City Spurs. This is always the fixture that I always think, okay, Tottenham usually get the best out of themselves in this fixture. They always tend to perform. They always tend to turn up in these fixtures. They always tend to get wins in these games. And at the Etihad, Spurs have been unbelievable in recent times at the Etihad. Remember that famous 3-2 win Antonio Conte? Harry Kane last minute? Like, let City equalize and Spurs went the other and scored right after kickoff. And I'm like, what? How can you write this shit off? You know what I'm trying to say? So yeah, I'm just saying Spurs, fair play to them. Like they just played extremely well. I thought Thomas Frank set them up so well. I don't know what formation exactly they used. I don't remember what formation they used, but like 4 at the back for Spurs instead of, what was it? And used to play 3 at the back, 4 at the back, whatever it was.
I think Jack would know. Jack, I love the what's it called? The column under the headline as well. Established 2000.
Since Arsenal last won the league.
When Jack was born as well.
Oh,
No, I was born after. I was born after.
Yeah, me and Jack have never seen our club win a league title. But anyway, on to Spurs. I just wanted to say quick, congratulations to Thomas Frank as well, because in spite of the absolute shit show that has been Tottenham Hotspur's transfer window this summer, he has still got on with it, set his team up to win at the home of the most dominant team in England over the last 10, 15 years. He deserves full plaudits so far. But what I will say is that we've seen this before. And I hope it's the same pattern. You know, with Antonio Conte 21-22. No, 22-23, they started off really well. Nuno Espirito Santo, the season before, started with 3 wins from 3. So I'm hoping it's another one of those as an Arsenal fan. But full credit to Thomas Frank because he is a brilliant coach. And I love to hear what Jack has to say about the game.
Yeah, Jack, your turn, bro. You can talk about the Spurs City game.
Interesting game, in all honesty. That Trafford mistake to hand Spurs' second goal of the game,
Forgot about
that was just embarrassing on his part. And also considering the rumours regarding Donnarumma moving to Man City, the fact that he's agreed personal terms with them, supposedly, could be mounting more pressure on James Trafford. And in addition, I know that Josh has discussed this quite a lot, and it's not just like Big Six teams or like quote unquote Big Six teams that do this, but playing out from a back doesn't give you the results that it should. It's just stupid, because if, say, you're not conceding a goal, it's just shit. Pardon my French.
Yeah.
But if it works, it works. But it's just it. I don't see the point of it.
I was about to say, Jack, I completely agree with you on that. What I will say is, like, this is in reference to Manchester City, so I can understand why they'd do it. But teams like Southampton last season, with Jack Stevens up the back, I mean, what are you doing? Honestly, and you know, I'm so glad. You know, last season it took until October for a promoted team to win a game. This season it's taken up until game week 2, so a massive improvement. I think I've watched some of Burnley and Sunderland, like on Match of the Day and whatnot. Who's the other one? Leeds, and they're not placing much emphasis on playing out from the back. They're being a lot more direct with it, from what I've seen. So I'm actually happy to see that, because I want a proper relegation scrap. You know, if there was a proper relegation scrap last year, Spurs and United would be right in the mire. So, you know, obviously as an Arsenal fan, I'd want that. But yeah, I completely agree with Jack's point there. What I will say is this is Manchester City we're talking about. If anyone's got the right to play out from the back, it is them.
Yeah, that is true. That is true. But everyone's so busy trying to copy Pep, no? So everyone's so busy trying to copy Pep Guardiola, and then everyone's now playing out from the back, and I'm like, bro, it's ridiculous. Like, it needs to stop, in my opinion.
Like, bro, I'm sure Jack can like testify this. You see clips on like Twitter all the time from like youth teams in England, and they're playing this possession-based football that Pep has brought to England, and it's just like, let them play with a bit of freedom, man. Like, not everything has to be played out from the goalkeeper to the centre backs to the full backs. One of them's inverting, the other one's overlapping. The defensive midfielder is dropping into the centre back role, whereas the other one is being a regista, central attacking, invertico, or whatever. Let kids play football, man.
Where the right back plays as an inverted L8, and then he goes back to right wing, and then you such and such.
I remember this Tactico account on Twitter talking about how Cole Palmer is the perfect inverted plate cleaner. Like, what does that mean? What the fuck has Pep done to this beautiful game, man? But I mean, he's got the trophies to back it up, so I don't think we can like complain. And I'm sure Monkey wouldn't be too happy in chat, because I think he is a Barcelona fan. We're not insulting Pep. We're just saying, please, can other teams stop copying him?
I insult Pep with him all the time. Don't worry. So I don't really care. Spurs are one injury away from misery. That is true. True, to be fair.
Well, it goes back to their transfer business, Akron.
If Kudus does get injured, they're back to the same exact team that almost got relegated last season.
Huh.
So maybe that's why. Johnson is a good goal scorer, but a bad winger. He should stay in that center forward position. I think he should remain there.
I think Spurs fans say it best. Whenever he has a stinker, you know he's going to pop up with a goal. Genuinely.
It's like almost as if like you just need a clinical goal scorer. It's like I don't rate the guy personally. Like in my opinion, I'm not a huge fan of him. But McTominay at United, he was a midfielder but a goal scorer at the same time. And like if you play him up top, he'll get you goals. If you play him in midfield, he'll still get you goals, but you're kind of playing him too far away from where his output comes from. So yeah, that's just what I feel. It's like McTominay needs to play up top. Brennan Johnson, if he's gonna get his goals, play him up top. You know, if you feel like the guy's getting you the most output, play him in his rightful position. That gets you all that. Kudus is their only hope. That is true. At the moment, if Kudus does get injured, it's over.
I'm sure Jack will like the Star Wars quote.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
Help me, Kudos, you're my only hope. Anyway, yeah, sorry.
Continue to do McTominay. You play him so high up. Yeah, that's the thing. If you play someone high up and if he's getting you output, then it's only right you play him up top. It's only right you play him high up the pitch. You know what I'm trying to say? So yeah. Unless you guys want to add anything more. To the game.
What were your thoughts on City's performance, Jack?
I didn't watch the game, to be fair.
No highlights?
I'll be honest. I was busy doing other stuff. I went for a run
fair
Monday,
enough,
to be fair.
Good man. I need to get into that.
When I obviously
Yeah.
And as for me, in terms of what I think Spurs, look, Thomas Frank, like the way he sets them up, playing off the back, playing from defense to attack. I say counter-attacking football. Spurs, they're dangerous on the counter. I'd say if you're high at the pitch and Spurs are playing on the counter, you could be in trouble. Because Spurs on the counter just look so dangerous. It's like Kudus on one side. Kulusevski, when he comes back, will play in that central role, in my opinion. And then you have Brennan Johnson bagging goals. You got who else is there again? Solanke off the bench. They almost killed the game off with minutes to go. It was almost 3-0.
Yeah, that's Solanke shot.
I can't lie to you though. Man City missed a lot of chances. Still, to be fair, City missed a lot of chances.
Haaland should have buried at least one of those.
Haaland should have buried that chance. City just. I just think, you know what it is? It's a bad start by Man City. I think City just have these weird starts to the season. Like they always start 1 week. They're like, oh, they look amazing. City are back, and then the next week they go and lose to some dodgy side. But they didn't lose to a dodgy side this time. They lost to Spurs, who, to be fair with you, against in recent times against Man City, like I've been saying, have got the better of Man City in recent times. Hence why I'm not really gonna say it was the dodgy side. But obviously, Man City, coming off the back of last season, have been inconsistent. They look inconsistent still, in my opinion. Their style of play looks really inconsistent. City probably going to get Donnarumma in goal now, so that might change a lot. To be fair, so look, I mean, Man City, like I said, like he says here, still won't underestimate City after this game. Agreed. No. I won't underestimate them too, because City in the next game they've got Man United after the international break. What if they go and slap us 5-1? And then all of a sudden, City are back. You know? So at the end of the day, you can lose to one side. United in 2010, we beat Birmingham on opening day. I lost to Burnley in the second week.
Carrick missed a penalty.
Carrick missed the penalty as well, exactly. Oh no, it was Rooney that missed it, I think. It was Rooney
it was Michael Carrick. There was a lot of outrage about that from United fans. That Carrick decided to take it. I don't think Rooney played that game.
No,
I think fans were...
He did.
Did he? No, Carrick missed the penalty, trust me.
Came off the bench, I think, but even then, like Birmingham City that we beat 1-0, we got the we came out with a 1-0 win. Like at the end of the day, you can beat a side 1 week and then lose to another side. We beat Spurs and Man City 2019, and we ended up dropping points to Everton at home. So it just tells you a lot that one week you're over the moon by the result, and then 1 week you just come crashing back down. So City I think City were underestimating Spurs in my opinion. I think they underestimated Spurs. Sorry, go on.
I mean, I was about to say that's why I've got City to win the league, mainly because you can't ever discount Guardiola. Like, write him off at your own peril because he will fight back with a vengeance. But it's true what you say about City with their dodgy results. I mean, you go back to their 4 league title winning streak. I mean, you think immediately they lost 5-2 to Leicester at home in 2021. They lost 1-0 to Spurs on the opening day, 21-22. They bloody, what was it, 22-23? I think they lost at home to Brentford before the World Cup started, at home, which was their first defeat at the Etihad. Yeah, Tony Bros. I put Arsenal 5 points clear, Jack, but less about how that ended up there. And then,
Thomas Frank. Sorry.
And then 23-24, they obviously lost to Wolves. So I think with Man City, they do drop silly points earlier on in the season, but it's around the turn of the new year where they really start to pick up form, and they're absolutely imperious. Yeah. And at the end of the day, you write Man City off at your own peril. So if you do that, that's your fault.
I hear you. Jack, you want to add anything before we move on?
I just also want to make a comment just back to the McTominay thing really quickly. Shout out to Steve Clark as well, because he had him firing in the Euro qualifiers. I think he scored like 6 goals or so.
Scored against Spain.
Yeah, scored against Spain. I swear, like there's a goal he also scored in qualifier. I think it was also against Spain. It might have been being a home match, I think it was. But it was disallowed because of foul on the goalkeeper or something like that. For some bogus reason. But yeah, shout out to Steve Clark, former West Brom manager, if I recall. Just want to say that.
Yeah, it was.
And also, Clark also, if I recall, managed Lukaku when he was at West Brom as well.
It's elite ball knowledge, man.
Yeah, the more you know.
Yeah. Big up to you, SKFC. Big up to you, bro. Make sure you guys go sub to his channel. Big up to you, SK, every single time, bro. Big up to you, my guy. But yeah, next game, Arsenal 5, Leeds Scum 0. Jack, your debut. Go ahead, bro. Arsenal.
Oh my days, that was an awesome. It was a great game. It was a great game, although early scare. So 20 minutes in, when Pascal Struck headed the ball right at Raya, but if it went either side of him, Leeds go 1-0 up, and you never know from there, because Arsenal against newly promoted sides haven't got the best record as far as I'm aware, just like season by season. No, but when it's like early in the season, you never know. And particularly with Lee's performance against Everton the week before, albeit their winning goal was a penalty, and and it was a bit of a dubious decision, to be fair. But regardless, go 1-0 up through a corner from Timber. Then Saka made it 2-0. Sally went off injured in the second half. Gyokeres scored a brace, and as did Timber. Yeah, so solid performance. Yeah, nice one, Josh. Yeah,
thank you.
Go on, Josh.
Oh well, obviously Jack outlaid the game there. What I will say, in the first half, I was getting properly frustrated because, up until the second half when Gyokeres made it 3-0, these first 2 games just felt like last season all over again. Just playing really, really poorly, allowing teams too many chances, and, we were scraping by. Obviously, Timber makes it 1-0 from a corner. I'm starting to get concerned with the fact that we can't score from open play at the minute, unless we've already scored from set pieces beforehand to break a team down. But regardless, Timber makes it 1-0. Some absolute madman triple captains him on FPL bar, where I don't know if you guys saw that. Bags about 63 points, which was insane. But
Timber.
Yeah, Timber. Somebody triple captain Timber because he got 2 goals and an assist.
Hold on a minute.
Genuinely, that's happened. I think it might have been a bot account, but still. They had 2 Burnley midfielders as well that got them about 30 points.
He got 20. He got 21 points.
But he got triple captained as well.
Bro, I swear I left Luke Shaw on my bench one time, and guess what happened? He scored against Man City at the Etihad 2021, and he got clean sheet, 14 points, and I had him on my bench.
It's devastating.
Shit like that is devastating, bro. Trust me. FPL players, I feel your pain, man. I feel your pain.
Listen, I just want to get the negatives out of the way quickly, because I'm usually quite pessimistic on this channel when it comes to Arsenal, and
No.
the weekend was a great win with Eze's reveal and whatnot.
You're realistic, you're not pessimistic.
Yeah, well, you know what I mean. I mean, the realism is inherently negative, So, but I mean, Odegaard came off in the first half. Obviously, I don't really rate him as a player. Long-time viewers of AN Sports will know that. But at the end of the day, he is our captain. So there is going to be an element of influence loss.
I feel your pain.
We'll get on to United in a minute.
I sold Van de Ven, bro. I sold Van de Ven. Bro.
Oh.
Bro, this was a tough week for a lot of people. I can't lie. It was a very low-scoring week for many people. I only had how many points? We'll get to FPL again in a bit, but I swear down, the mistakes we've all made this week has been something out of the ordinary. So yeah, sorry, Josh.
Yeah, I just want to quickly say Gyokeres captaincy saves me this FPL game week. But anyway, obviously Gyokeres. I mean, people were saying that he wouldn't be able to score that goal in the Premier League. What a load of absolute bullshit! I know it's only against Leeds, but at the end of the day, the likes of Everton, West Ham. I mean, Charlie Austin said that he's going to be a flat track bully against the mid-table sides. That's exactly what we need. It's not the big sides we struggle against, it's the mid-table sides. So as long as he's bagging against West Ham at home and Fulham away, and Everton at home and away, as me and Jack had to suffer through last season without any strike, I think I'd absolutely love him. But anyway, yeah, for Odegaard's injury, I mean, that can't be helped. I think he might miss Anfield, but we're not too sure yet. As for Saka, man, that's a hamstring injury. That's going to be about 4 weeks. So he's going to miss Anfield and probably Nottingham Forest as well. He's definitely going to miss the England games for the international break. And I want to get this out of the way quick because it was a good win for us. But this is the result of this manager playing him for around 45 games a season since the age of 19. At the end of the day, his body's going to break down. And what pisses me off, and I've spoken to Jack about this before, is the fact that it feels like Arteta sacrificed him or sacrificed his body in exchange for a few second-place finishes. And it feels like such a waste, man. It feels like we've absolutely ground him down for no reward whatsoever. And I mean, in regards to him missing Anfield, which we'll get onto on Thursday a bit more, but we've got Madueke, who I thought played a lot better on the right than he did on the left in the first half.
He was brilliant.
So I mean, as long as he works on his tracking back, which I think he's a bit poor at, especially what I saw at Old Trafford, he should be good to go at Anfield. And obviously with Eze as well, if Odegaard's out, I think Eze will drop into the 10 and Martinelli on the wing because he does well at Anfield. But still, man, it's Akevin, this manager runs players into the ground. And Saka is the main culprit. And he tore his hamstring. He had to get surgery on his hamstring last season. He's already strained this other one, his other hamstring. I'm sorry, but this guy's going to be cooked by the time he's 25, 26. And I hate saying that because I fucking love the guy. But it's just, it's disgraceful how Arteta's handled him, honestly. I think he said in 2022, the likes of Messi and Ronaldo play 70 games a season. Why are you getting Bukayo Saka to play fucking 70 games a season? We were in the Europa League that season. He didn't need to play any of those games. And yet he did. It's desperately poor mismanagement from Arteta there. And now that Andrea Berta's got him a squad, and got him a fucking good squad at that, I expect a lot more rotation than Arteta's done in the last 5 years. Anyway, good win anyway, and I'll let Jack continue.
Max Dam was
just want to point out that comment from Sanget there.
Yeah.
No, don't, no.
I wish.
Good penalty, Benford.
I wish Max Salmon did that, but yeah, sorry, Jack.
God
you want to go continue?
God
Continue.
Yeah, just what just said is probably what I was gonna partially say as well. Like, I don't see why Arteta hasn't essentially rotated Saka in the team. A bit like how last season Cole Palmer, he was playing Premier League, FA Cup, all that sort of jazz, but he wasn't in Chelsea's Conference League squad until like the semi-finals, I believe. And so he only played, I don't know, 40 odd games, 50 odd, rather than say 60 odd games are like stalwarts at other teams such like Bernardo Silva play. And they've got Man City have got a more like compact squad that can rotate, should I say. Whereas we're just relying on Saka playing 60 games a season, which is just ridiculous.
Carries our attack as well.
Because at the end of the day, risk of injury at that point, if you're playing that many games, is very high. And considering that games are happening every 3 to 5 days, that exacerbates that, because players essentially need at least 3 days, need a gap of at least 3 days essentially to recover and recuperate their energy. But hey, that's a whole nother kind of fish.
Fair enough. I just want to say quick 5-0, top of the league after game week. So Gyokeres, fantastic penalty. Dalman, that was a penalty. A few people talking about how he dived. No, he got trod on. Let's not start that agenda against a fucking 15-year-old who hasn't even done his GCSEs, all right? People who do that, muppets. But yeah. Anyway, I thought Ranieri played well in Ødegaard's absence. If anything, I think we played better once Ødegaard came off. And that's not my feelings on Ødegaard getting in the waiver out. I genuinely believe we played better without Ødegaard in the team. But yeah, man, Anfield next. We'll get into that more. But with the squad Andrea Berta has given Arteta this summer, I expect us to get some.
And I do want to ask you for a comment that I brought up earlier. Was about Piero Hincapié to Arsenal. Apparently the deal was done already. Apparently the deal is almost complete. I want to know your thoughts on Piero Hincapié to Arsenal.
Well, I don't watch Bayer Leverkusen. I'm sure Jacques has a better idea of Hincapié. I'll let Jacques himself.
I don't know a whole lot about him. I know obviously he played in Invincible season in the Bundesliga 2 seasons ago, and was a sort of them. I'm aware that he can play both as a centre back and also as a left back. So as good for versatility, and given the news that Jakob Kivior is set to join FC Porto in La Liga Portuguesa for, I'm not sure how much his own fee is going to be. It hasn't been discussed.
Barely a profit.
But
60 million,
but the obligation, the mandatory fee that Porto are going to have to pay is round about 27 million euros, according to Hand of Arsenal on Twitter. And we'll see what happens. And also, I believe it's the deal set up as a loan with an obligation to buy, a bit like how David Raya's deal was when he was originally at Brentford and then signed for Arsenal 2 seasons ago, essentially. And it's also, I believe, down to, say, FFP and all that sort of jazz, and the deal would move over to the next financial year, essentially. So, yeah.
Yeah, I was about to say, I've heard I've seen some Bundesliga fans all across social media talk about Hincapié. Is that his name? Yeah, Hincapié.
Yeah.
So our Englishman's tongue, so I'm going to pronounce it.
No,
but apparently he plays better in a back 3 than he does in the back 4. And naturally we play in the back 4. So to what extent he will fit in with our squad, with our structure and whatnot, I don't know.
I don't know why we're not going for him, by the way. We literally play a back 3, and he can play a left side of centre back easily.
Can I just say, obviously, I want Arteta out. I've wanted him out since we lost to Burnley in 2020, which was just so pathetic. But listen, last season was, for me, his last chance, and he failed. ultimately he failed. The fact that Bert has come in and given them a squad this good, like our second team can easily compete for Europe and the Premier League, in my opinion. Genuinely, if we finish potless again, he has to go. I'm sorry. I mean, a back four of Hincampe, Gabriel, Saliba, Timber, with Zubimendi and Rice as the double pivot, Eze, Erdegaard, Saka with Gyokeres up front, Raya in goal. If you can't win anything with that, surely even Top Goon has got to say this guy's not here. Surely.
Isn't Skelly your left back?
Oh no! If Hincampe comes in, I don't know if Lewis Skelly will play. Calafiori has played the first few games at left back. So
Possibly.
one thing about Hincampe, I think that will allow Lewis Skelly to play in midfield a lot more, which is his natural position. So I'll look forward to that.
I don't understand where Arsenal need the defensive reinforcements.
Arteta's a terrorist Sanka.
Kivior's leaving. Who else is
Zinchenko's leaving.
Zinchenko's gonna leave. He could play left back for you guys, so yeah, possibly. In my opinion of the game, I thought you guys just dominated from minute one, and you guys just 5-star performance really from Arsenal. I think you guys just cooked leads from the get go. Gyokeres, as a rival fan, I don't like the slander for Gyokeres. I'll be honest with you, because we all wanted him at some point. So all the slander for Gyokeres now, when you're all wanting him, it's crazy. So I don't know why.
The over-analysis after his first 60 minutes at Old Trafford was fucking disgraceful.
That for me, I disagree with completely. Like,
yeah, he played like shit, but he was starved of service.
So yeah, I mean, Gyokeres, look, he had a good game, 2 goals. Got his 2 goals in his home debut. Fair enough. Timber with 2 goals. Nobody would have wrote that in the script. For Timber. Who's the guy that scored the 5th goal again? I think was it 5 again? Was it 5th goal?
That was Gyokeres penalty.
Saka scored the second.
Gyokeres penalty.
Oh no, Saka scored the 2nd goal. So I remember Saka. I forgot about that. Saka scored. Saka has finished, but injury concerns for Saka. Obviously, he's going to miss the trip to Anfield this weekend, unfortunately.
And maybe Man City in mid-September.
And maybe Man City because Arteta's run him to the ground. That's what I think. I think it's overrun him into the ground, man. Honestly, like I don't know why you put so much pressure. I don't know why you put so much energy throwing him into games where he didn't need to play. You know, you just trying to get him some goals and assists or whatnot. And I'm like, okay, contributions don't really matter right now. You're up winning, and then you bring Saka on when in minutes you don't need to play him, and now you've only got injured him. Now he's injury prone. Saka now is injury prone, guys. Whether Arsenal fans like it or not, he's now become an injury prone player because he's.
I know he gets a lot of flack for disappearing when it matters most, and to an extent, I agree. Which is sacrilege to hear for the majority of Arsenal fans. But is it any wonder he looks gassed out come the business end of the season?
Yep.
When he's been playing week in, week out against teams that he doesn't need to be playing against, in competitions he doesn't need to be playing in. It's just total mismanagement from Arteta.
Even I can say from my end, I'm not a huge fan of this guy, but Bruno Fernandes. But bro, remember Ole Gunnar Solskjaer throwing him in games when he didn't need to play. We were up 4-0 against Real Sociedad, and he still played him. So I'm just like, why do you need to play Bruno Fernandes in this game? He literally played almost every single game that season, I swear.
This is it happening. You go to the gym, I'll go to the gym. Hey, if you see Jack in real life, you can tell he really goes to the gym. Like, rest days are where your muscles repair and grow. Like, rest is so important for these footballers, and the fact that you're just constantly throwing them in, like, every 3 days, from the age of 19, your body's going to get cooked. Genuinely. Because at max, you have 1 day off, then you got to go back into training again, and then you're up for the game. It's just what you doing.
And with coming as well soon. And you got
hey, listen, I know we've got good squad depth now, but undoubtedly we will miss him for the games that he'll miss for us. So, yeah.
Will Mosquera play if Hincapie comes?
I think Mosquera will play right centre back or right back.
You can rotate with him.
Yeah. I think Jack can attest to this. I think whenever we've seen Mosquera in an Arsenal shirt, it's mainly been at right back, hasn't it? So that seems to be Arteta's idea. Yeah.
Any updates on Odegaard?
I don't know, Jack. Have you seen anything? Because I know we got a Saka update straight away. But
I've seen some. I've literally just searched up Martin Odegaard injury, and like there's some articles coming from who is it? ESPN. They're saying that Norway have called up Odegaard to ease injury concerns. That's a headline. But then I'm also seeing I also saw a report yesterday that saying that after the match, Odegaard is believed to have left the Emirates Stadium with his shoulder in a sling. So I don't know. I mean, I've also seen like other stuff recently saying about Odegaard might be fine for the Liverpool match. I don't know, but I'd say given the fact that he's injured his shoulder potentially, I think he'll miss the Liverpool match. Chances are.
Yeah. Well, that's why we signed Eze.
Yep.
Eze is making his debut on Sunday as well, so you got hope you guys look forward to that. But yeah, anything more you want to say before we move on to the next game?
Whatever I say is going to be in reference to what's coming up this weekend, and I'm going to save that for next stream. And if Jack hops on for next stream, he'll talk about it as well.
Probably will, yeah.
Good man.
As long as I work next Thursday, innit? Yeah.
Yeah, good.
Next game, Chelsea 5-1, West Ham. West Ham, me and you, Josh, have spoken about West Ham plenty of times on shows. West Ham are, like, I'm being for real now, they are in serious trouble. This is the worst West Ham side I've officially ever seen in my entire life. I know they got relegated, but that West Ham side is better than this West Ham side, and I'm not even taking the piss. Seriously.
I think that's a fairly bold claim.
With Tompkins and all that, guys, bro, that West Ham team was much better than this. Noble, you got all those players back then. Enner Valencia, when he was there.
Yeah, but they've got Wan-Bissaka, £50 million player. Areola's a World Cup winner, if I'm not mistaken. Fulkrug played in the Champions League final a season ago. I mean, Jared Bowen plays for England. Lucas Paqueta is heavily linked with Manchester City. They've not got a bad squad. I think Graham Potter is just horrendously... Well, he's been horrendously incompetent as West Ham manager. I mean, listen, we discussed our relegation points, and we thought it was between Leeds. I think we basically debated this, and we came to the conclusion that it's between Leeds, Wolves, and West Ham for that final relegation spot. And listen, from what we've seen from West Ham so far, they look in real trouble. And you've mentioned Mike's on this channel before, for West Ham fan. And obviously you're going to collab with him. And if you've seen his videos, you'll see how West Ham fans are suffering. They're completely disenfranchised. They're completely disenfranchised with the stadium and the situation.
You seen that? He wanted to punch. He wanted to throw punches. Mike's. Bro, I genuinely... That is literally me with United, but I can tell he is in shambles. West Ham have not done well in this transfer window. They've not spent in this transfer window. They've hardly upgraded the squad. The manager is not that very good. I'll be honest with you, Graham Potter is very overrated. I don't know why he's still the manager of West Ham to this day. He should have been sacked on the dot after the match. I don't know why West Ham have not done anything about that yet. The owners are a huge issue at the football club. They need to leave. They need to sell the club to a rightful owner who can run the club to where they need to be. And sacking David Moyes might have just been one of the worst decisions they've made. Genuinely.
Because... I mean, I know... Sorry.
No, that's okay. Oh, go on.
Oh, no. I was about to say, I think at the turn of the year, 2024, I think Moyes only won 4 league games at West Ham. With the last 18 games of the Premier League season. So I understand why West Ham fans were unhappy with the league form, although they finished 9th. But to counter that, they did reach the quarterfinals or the semi-finals of the Europa League, if I'm not wrong, before losing to eventual finalists Bayer Leverkusen. So it's like there's context to be had there. He was evidently going for that Europa League title, and ultimately they fell short to a brilliant Bayer Leverkusen team. The sacking of David Moyes was just pathetic. And Lopetegui, it was obvious that wasn't going to work out after about 2 months. horrendous mismanagement, and I'm sure Jacques will add on to that.
Yeah, Jacques. Thoughts on West
Well,
Ham?
well.
This, like, they're in utter shambles. I think
It's
this could be get it again. Go on, bro.
sorry.
Go on. You're good.
Well, the fact that I don't want to go into this English hype sort of stuff, but when who was it? James Redknapp on Sky Sports, I believe it was. He was talking about like West Ham looking like a team that could be relegated this season, as both of you have mentioned, and there needs to be more blame leveled, obviously, at the ownership and Graham Potter as well, and the fact they also loaned Edson Alvarez, the Mexican international, over to, I think it was Fenerbahce in the Turkish Super League, who, as far as I'm aware, he hasn't set the world on fire at West Ham, but he's a crucial part of the squad, essentially. And they've essentially loaned him out for whatever reason. And they also got rid of Zuma in summer. They got rid of Cresswell. Sorry, should I say they released them at the expiry of their contract. And like there needs to be more business essentially actually happening, because, as you mentioned, they got a very good squad. They got remnants. Majority of their squad was still around. Sorry, what I'm trying to say is they still got majority of the squad they had that won the Conference League title back in 2023. And the fact that there's players, as Josh mentioned, Alphonse Areola, who was in the 2018 France World Cup winning squad. They've got Alvarez, who they've loaned out, but I believe he won like the Gold Cup recently with Mexico. And just the whole wealth of the squad in terms of the trophies that they've won, not just at West Ham, but internationally as well. And they shouldn't be flirting with relegation. And as Josh mentioned with Lopetegui, he wasn't performing well for them. And honestly, they should sack Potter soon, just to actually try and find a way out of the slump they're in. Let's just say that, just to be nice. Yeah. And also conceding. Yeah, fine.
No, that's okay. No, finish. You're good. Finish.
And also, so conceding five against Chelsea, who are doing well for themselves. They're doing well for themselves. Definitely a top 4 candidate. Wouldn't say title race candidate yet, but we'll see. And the fact they lost in the opening week to Sunderland, who majority of people were thinking, okay, Sunderland aren't going to perform well this season. Okay, yeah, they lost this in the last game week, essentially, but we'll get onto that later. The fact that they were coming in off the back of a 3-0 loss against a promoted team, and they didn't have momentum on their side. You just expect it's just expected as well. So, Ackerman, you continue.
No worries, bro. I'm just saying, West Ham, they've made so many mistakes in the past, like that's led to what they are right now. Like David Moyes leaving is one of the biggest mistakes, because literally, as Sanka says right here, David Moyes is a pragmatic manager, but he made West Ham relevant. Like, that's just what it is. He put West Ham kind of on the map. You won the first trophy in God knows how long, right? A lot of people would die to see their first trophy in a long time. I mean, clubs like West Ham, clubs like Palace, these guys have won trophies, but after decades and decades and decades. You know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
Like, and you go, and not only do you go and take that away from West Ham fans, you completely clear out that squad that won them the Europa Conference League. Bro, last season, I can't lie to you, I thought West Ham would be a top 8 side. I genuinely thought the signings West Ham made, they were literally going to be a top 8 side. That's how I was like, no way are they actually going to go from relegation fodder to actually finishing in the top 8. Because look at the signings they made. Look at the names they've signed. Wan-Bissaka, Todibo. Look at the players that actually Fulkrug. This guy was literally at Dortmund. Was it Champions League final squad, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was beat by Real Madrid.
Yeah, exactly. Champions League final
great.
squad. He was in the Champions League final squad. Fulkrug, right? Who else did they sign? The right back. I forgot. It's not Wan-Bissaka. It was someone else.
Kai Walker-Peters, free transfer from Southampton.
There was another player that I think they signed from the Bundesliga. I think West Ham as well. They signed.
Okay, wait.
Let me bring it up.
I think Jack's trying to search it up.
All right. West Ham squad. Never mind. It is Fulkrug. It is Fulkrug. Fulkrug. Yeah. You sign all these guys. You're thinking, okay, they're bringing in players from sides that they beat Man United Todibo because Man United actually wanted Todibo. United actually wanted to sign Todibo back then.
Todibo was one of the most sought after centre backs in the market at one point.
Yeah, he was a hot prospect as well. I was wondering, like, okay, surely you sign these guys. There's definitely going to be a significant improvement. But you go and sack David Moyes, who not only, okay, to be fair to you, the result at the time when he got was not good enough. Still, you're like almost as if you're in trouble now because you've just got to make that horrible decision, but to sack him and bring in Graham Potter. Replacing David Moyes with Graham Potter is criminal. I'm sorry, it's criminal. Like, you've only got to ruin your chances to stay up in the Premier League now. And I think a lot of these players are gone at the end of the year. And West Ham, they'll struggle to come back up. Like I said, they'll struggle to come back up. Sorry, bro. Go on. Anyway.
No. I think you make a good point with David Moyes. I feel it is incompetency from the West Ham board to sack him a season after he ended their 40-year trophy drought, which coincidentally they beat us to win the FA Cup. But typical, that, isn't it? Anyway, I think it is just overconfidence. It's over arrogance. I think they got carried away. The West Ham board. I mean, I'm not having to go at their fans or their players or anything. The West Ham board's getting too over ambitious with who they are as a club. I don't mean that as an insult whatsoever. West Ham, obviously, massive club, won England the World Cup, massive fan base in East London. But at the end of the day, you win a club like West Ham a trophy after 40 years. You give that manager more than a season, where they got to the Europa League quarterfinals and finished 9th. It's it is incompetency. But a quick word on Chelsea as well, because obviously they were the team that won 5-1. They're contrary to the Crystal Palace game. So it's all right.
Wait, hold on a minute. Antonio left West Ham, right?
Yeah, I think he did.
That is mad. Are you actually joking? West Ham have let go of Antonio, who has been one of the best goal scorers in a long time.
Yeah, I think something to do with his car accident.
That is crazy, man.
Football's a cutthroat business, Ackman.
It is. But West Ham are making huge mistakes right now. That's going to lead to relegation, bro. I've been saying this. Sorry, we want to continue.
No. Obviously, Chelsea won 5-1, so we need to speak about them. Obviously, me and Jack don't like Chelsea a lot. But listen, I try and be not biased as possible. I try and be as unbiased as possible when it comes to talking about clubs, no matter how much I like them or not. And listen, Chelsea, in spite of Cole Palmer getting injured in the warm-up, which fucks over a lot of FPL managers, they look really good.
I don't have.
Well, yeah, same. But João Pedro, fantastic performance. Brilliant Chelsea. Brilliant, like very, very Chelsea. You know what I mean? He's got a nasty streak about him. He's a good player. Winds people up. Typical Chelsea. Also, I wasn't going to go that far. But Esteval, I think he gave the ball away for Paqueta's good goal. But apart from that, brilliant assist to bring Chelsea 2-1 up. Good positional awareness from Enzo Fernandez there. And at the end of the day, that's what we expected to see from Chelsea this season.
João Pedro as well for Chelsea.
Yeah, I mentioned João Pedro, brilliant player.
And who else scored for Chelsea then? Forgot.
One of their centre backs. I can't keep up with Chelsea's players.
Chalobah.
Chalobah scored. But Chelsea, like I've been saying, they need to get off the mark, and no better way to take it out on their London rivals, West Ham. No better way to take it out on a struggling West Ham, and to take the piss out of them after the game. Did you guys see the banter between Chelsea and West Ham fans after the game? I think Chelsea were going over to West Ham saying, how do you say it? I forgot the chant, but it was one of the chants. I remember it was, is there a fire drill? Is there a fire drill during the game? And I remember West Ham. I forgot what it was. I forgot what it was. Sorry, bro. This is a Premier League show. We will talk about your club soon, man. I'm sorry. Let's stick to topic, bro. Stick to topic, man. But yeah, you have to go search up the chants. But even then, Chelsea just, like I said, off the mark, scoring 5 straight goals against West Ham. Brilliant performance by Chelsea.
That's what we expected from Chelsea this season as well.
We did. I thought when West Ham scored 2, I was like, "Oh my god, it could be one of those. It could be one of those games where we didn't expect West Ham to do shit. We thought West Ham wouldn't do shit, and then actually just go and score 5 goals, and then they score, and then they end up falling apart after Chelsea scored the second goal." Listen, dodgy refereeing at times in the game. I'll be honest with you. There was dodgy decisions in that game. I'll be honest with you. Michael Oliver once again making really bad decisions at times. But at the end of the day, West Ham in a mess. Chelsea go and slap 5 goals, and that's all I could really say about the game. Unless you want to add any more, guys.
Yeah, Zach, anything on Chelsea?
Well, I can bring up one stat from match that's sort of like that's relatively important. That was like West Ham's first consecutive loss at home to Chelsea since 2015. If I recall, it was like one of the stats that they had on like the Premier League website.
Right.
And also there's like a clip from like a Premier League website Instagram account I saw, and there was like a brilliant through ball from Reece James, and if Esteval had been a bit more clinical, it could have been 6 for Chelsea. Yeah.
Next up, just to go through the results real quick, and then I'll talk about Man United.
Oh, Everton's first game at the new stadium.
Yeah, Everton's first game at
Hill Dickinson Stadium.
Hill Dickinson Stadium. Yes, I was thinking Peter Hill. But no, Peter Hill was Arsenal. I'm like, what was I thinking? Peter Hillwood? No, it's not Peter Hillwood. It's I was thinking like a similar name, but like yeah. Stadium, Hill Dickinson Stadium. But yeah, Everton 2-0 win against Brighton. Josh, you want to talk about the game? I didn't watch the game, bro, so you can talk about it.
Yeah, I was switching between the Everton game and the Crystal Palace Nottingham Forest game, which I found disappointing, which we'll get on to quickly. But Everton versus Brighton, listen, I think Brighton had the better chances. Welbeck missed a penalty, but ultimately Everton got the goals. And that's what happens when you manage to bring in a player that was part of the squad that won the Premier League 3 times in a row. I mean, Jack Grealish with 2 quality assists for Indai, I think, and James Garner. Yeah, Indai. Jack's better with the pronunciations, let me tell you.
FPL player.
Lucky git. But anyway, yeah, at the end of the day, like that's the perfect result for Everton, isn't it? Historic result at their new stadium, which looks very good, by the way. Jack, I don't know if you've seen, but one of our sports journalism classmates actually went there in the Brighton away end. Oh no, not your classmate. And the Hill Dickinson Stadium. It's a really good stadium.
Josh and Jack are best friends from university. In case you're
wondering. No, we're good mates. Cool. But anyway, it's a brilliant stadium. Looks a lot like the Spurs stadium, but yeah, brilliant win. Not much to say on it really, because like I said, I was switching between the 2 games.
The first Everton game syndrome at the new stadium. I'm trying to say first game at the new stadium syndrome.
Well, at the end of the day, you've got to win your first game at the new stadium, haven't you?
Didn't West Ham lose their first game at home?
No, they beat Bournemouth 1-0. Tottenham, I think they beat Crystal Palace 2-0. I think Man City might have won back in 2003 when the Etihad first opened. Arsenal failed to win. Yeah, City of Etihad. Yeah. Arsenal
beat us.
failed
City
to
and
win.
Manchester Stadium back in the
They
day.
beat us.
We drew
They beat
with
us.
Aston Villa.
Yeah,
They-
Gilberto.
They beat us in the
Gilberto.
last Manchester Derby at what was it, Main Road? They won the last Manchester Derby at Main Road 3-1 in 2003.
Sean Gota, I think.
Yeah, Sean Goto.
Oh.
Yeah, Sean. Yeah,
That's the Gary Neville disaster class. Yeah.
Gary Neville mistake. Yeah, and we lost that game 3-1. But anyways, what was I gonna say again? Next game, you want to talk about Palace Forest? I didn't watch the game.
Well, thing is, I was really intrigued by this game. Well, obviously because of what's gone on between the two clubs in the summer. So you might have heard the police siren going off. It's not for me, I promise. But listen, the occasion was a lot better than the actual game. Like we know what happens with the Europa League, Conference League stuff. The Greek owner for Forest getting in the way of Palace's qualification. And in all honesty, I thought the game would be a lot spicier than that. There was that funny Palace banner that got shown. But apart from that, I thought it was a pretty disappointing game. Palace eventually went 1-0 up.
Yeah.
It was a game of very few chances, really, but Palace went 1-0 up in the first half. Callum Hudson-Odoi with a brilliant counter-attacking goal to rescue a point for Forest in the end. I mean, I don't really know what to say. It's just I thought it would be a lot more intense than that. So I was a bit disappointed by the game itself. I don't know if you two watched it, but if you did, take it away.
I didn't watch that game.
No.
What about you, Jake?
I was out.
Fair point.
I literally watched a few minutes of the Everton game, and I can tell you right now, Everton look decent under David Moyes. They look like they're gonna have a strong season. Like, don't write Everton off. Like, Everton are in for a strong season, in my opinion. As much as I put Everton in 13th, I might need to revisit my Premier League predictions now.
I think I put them in 8th. So
I might need to do my Premier League predictions all over again because I genuinely have a lot to change. A lot to change. I know it's game week 2, but I already have a lot to change. So yeah, I genuinely think Everton might just be back. Everton might be back. I think that's my thoughts. I think Everton could finally be back. I know they lost 1-0 to Leeds last week, but it's the first game back in the Prem. We saw Sunderland slap West Ham 3-0, and then they go on to lose to Burnley 2-0 this week.
We'll get on to that. Yeah.
We will. I didn't watch the game, by the way. I only watched I watched Brentford Aston Villa. So I'll talk about that game in a bit. But yeah, no, I think, like I said, Everton have some decent players, and I reckon that they've definitely in for a good season. Jack Grealish coming in, they got Tyler Dibbling as well. So listen, Everton, season, man, this season. Good luck to them. Is that Cameron or is that? No, I'm kidding.
Oh yeah, sorry about that.
I thought it was Cameron. No, but anyways, did you watch any of the games, Jack? Did you watch any of those games?
The 2 o'clock kickoffs now. I was out with some family, to be fair.
I didn't watch Bournemouth Wolves. I didn't watch Burnley Sunderland. Josh, did you watch those games, Bournemouth Wolves and Burnley Sunderland? Did you switch?
I saw the highlights on Match of the Day. What I will say about Burnley, I've given them a lot of shit, just saying like they're relegation body, they're going to finish 20th and whatnot, and I stand by that. I'm not changing my predictions after match week 2. But listen, what I will say, before Richarlison's bicycle kick or scissor, whatever it was against Burnley were actually playing quite well and carved out a few decent chances. And obviously against Sunderland as well. I mean, I expected Sunderland to beat Burnley, but Burnley ended up doing the opposite. Should have been 3-0. I think their first goal got disallowed. So all I'm going to say is, finally, we've got 3 promoted sides that can actually put up a fight. So, and fair play to Burnley, 3 points already. I do remember when Scott Parker got promoted with Bournemouth, I believe. He beat Newcastle in his second game, 2-0, funnily enough, before losing 3-0 to Arsenal, 5-0 to City, 4-0 to City, and then 9-0 to Liverpool.
Yeah, see
And so hopefully for Burnley fans, those similar results don't come their way immediately. But like I said, fair play to Burnley, man. And Sunderland, I'm disappointed. I expected them to get something out of it.
Burnley shocked a lot of people this week, actually. They got a 2-0 win at home to Sunderland, who I didn't think would happen, by the way. I thought Burnley would lose that game. I thought Sunderland, with the new signings, with the confidence going into the second week, fair enough. Like, Burnley just took the game and they just dominated, and Sunderland couldn't find a way to break them down. That's all I could really say. I didn't watch that game. You watched that game, obviously. You talked about the Bournemouth Wolves game already, didn't you?
Yeah, I saw the highlights of the match of the day. Not really much to report, really. Obviously, Wolves went down to 10 men. Unfortunately, Tyler Adams didn't come up with any goal contributions for my FPL.
I overestimated Bournemouth.
Overestimated?
I said 4-0 to Bournemouth. I thought it'd be that, but they won the game at only 1-0.
Let's face it, Wolves played better than they did against City, but ultimately that's 0 points on the board. It's not a good start by any means. And they were quite poor last season. I think that went quite under the radar. So they're going to have to pick up their acts. But Bournemouth, I mean, at the end of the day, Iraola's a top coach. They lost 3/4 of their defensive line, but it doesn't look like it's effective at 2 backs. They've got a clean sheet already. At the end of the day, fair play to Bournemouth. There'll be another tough nut to crack next season. And I'll let Jack hit it from there.
Speaking of Sunderland, they are playing in the League Cup right now.
Oh, yes.
I want to ask you if you guys for your quick predictions, if you don't mind, for the League Cup. Reading versus Wimbledon. 1-1 at halftime right now.
Go on, Jack.
2-1 Wimbledon. Just because like one of my classmates says his sibling plays for Wimbledon, so yeah.
Cambridge United up 1-0 against Charlton right now at home, 1-0.
Cambridge will hold on 1-0.
Yeah. I want Nathan Jones.
I'm gonna go 2-1 Reading. I'm gonna go 3-0 Cambridge.
Pairs.
Wolves versus West Ham.
For both with 0 points in the Prem so far. I'll go 1-0 Wolves.
1-0 Wolves. Jack?
1-0 Wolves. Screw it. Yeah.
I'm gonna go 1-1 and West Ham win on penalties. AFC Bournemouth Brentford.
Oh, that's a Taro derby. If you think about it,
I'm not gonna go 2-1 Brentford here. I'm gonna go with the shock because I think Bournemouth.
3-1 Bournemouth.
I don't know. The League Cup might not be Bournemouth's burn, but they might want to go for the FA Cup. You know.
Yeah, fair enough.
What do you think of that, Jack? Predictions.
Yeah.
Bournemouth against Brentford.
I'll just go 2-1 Brentford.
2-1 Brentford, okay.
2-1 Brentford, yeah.
Accrington Stanley against Doncaster Rovers. 2-1 Accrington Stanley.
5-0 Accrington Stanley.
3-1 Accrington Stanley. Come on. Up the Stanley.
Barnsley against Rotherham.
2-0 Rotherham.
Jack?
1-0 Barnsley.
Birmingham versus Port Vale. 4-0 Birmingham. 4-0 Birmingham.
5-0 Brum.
2-0 Birmingham.
Bromley versus Wycombe Wanderers. Come on, Bromley.
Ooh.
1-0 Wycombe. Actually, no, it'll go to penalties and Bromley will win.
Yeah. Bromley win on pens. London derby as well, that is.
This game's a bit personal to me.
No way.
Because I actually came across a really, really arrogant, fucking little weird Wycombe fan a year ago. He was a prick. He was a prick. And Monkey can back me up on this one. He was a prick. He was a prick. Monkey knows because me and him are friends in real life. Yeah, obviously. We came across this guy at football. He was a weird bloke. Like, he was always like wanting to fight. So yeah, Bromley, please send them packing. 1-0 Bromley. Burnley, Derby County. Burnley 1-0 up now. But predictions, I'm gonna go 3-0 Burnley.
3-1 Derby.
3-1 Derby.
Yeah, comeback Kings.
Wow.
Ooh.
The Rams.
2-0 Burnley. Big ups to Rams, though.
Burton Albion against Lincoln City. I'm gonna go 2-1 Burton Albion, I guess. Burton Albion. Is that a shock?
2-1 Lincoln.
I wouldn't say so. Yeah, 2-1 Lincoln. I swear Burton and Lincoln are both in League One, if I'm not mistaken. And Lincoln nearly got promoted last season. I think they might have been in and around like the playoffs. Yeah.
Cardiff City against Cheltenham. I'm gonna go 3-1 Cardiff.
Yeah, same.
3-1 Cardiff, yeah.
Millwall, Coventry, the game's been delayed. Norwich City, Southampton, Josh, hometown team.
Listen, yeah, honestly, 2-0 Southampton. I know Jack has personal ties with Southampton, so I'll let him off on this one.
3-1 Norwich.
Yeah. 1-0 Southampton. Lost to Stoke the other day, sadly, though. Yeah.
Norwich City 3-1.
Good man, Akron.
Preston against Wrexham. Preston up 1-0 at the moment.
2-0 Preston. 2-0 Preston.
Wrexham win on penalties.
Interesting.
They've spent all that money.
So hold on. Preston, you're saying Wrexham win? Wrexham win 2-1?
On penalties, yeah. No, penalties.
Jack, who are you?
I said 2-0 Preston. I said, yeah.
Stoke Bradford. Stoke 2-0.
3-0 Stoke. 3-0 Stoke.
Yeah, 3-0 Stoke.
And good run of form, to be fair, in the Championship.
Sunderland at home to Huddersfield. 4-0 Sunderland.
1-0 Huddersfield.
2-0 Sunderland. 2-0 Sunderland.
That is mad.
Listen, these promoted sides want to stay up above all else, so I think they'll win the domestic cups this year.
Swansea, Plymouth.
You know what? For Cameron, I don't know if he's in chat or whatever. I'll go 1-0 Plymouth.
2-1 Swansea.
2-0 Swansea. 2-0 Swansea.
Wigan against Stockport County.
Ooh.
Yeah, Wigan 2-1. I reckon Wigan will win the game 2-1.
Yeah, 2-1 Wigan.
2-0 Wigan.
Millwall, Coventry.
Come on, Coventry.
2-0 Coventry.
That's a big game, actually.
That's a good game.
Yeah.
Coventry win 2-1 Coventry. Coventry might come up next year. They might.
I hope it is.
Good chance. Jack, what are you saying?
2-0 Coventry. Big ups to Fat Frank.
Josh?
I said 2-0 Coventry, yeah.
Sheffield Wednesday against the Leeds scum. 2-1 Sheffield Wednesday. Fuck Leeds. Let them cup it.
Yeah. 3-0 Leeds. Come on.
No.
2-0 Sheffield Wednesday.
Yes.
2-0 Sheffield Wednesday. Even though they're going through dire straits right now.
Win tomorrow and they play Leeds. I hope we slap Leeds the next round. Next up we have Everton Mansfield. Predictions for that one?
Mansfield on penalties.
2-1 Everton.
2-0 Everton.
Fulham Bristol. 3-1 Fulham.
Wait, sorry, which Bristol team is it? Bristol
2-0
Rovers or
Fulham.
Sorry?
Is it Bristol Rovers or Bristol City?
Bristol City. Sorry.
Yeah, I'll go 2-1 Fulham. 2-1
2-0 Fulham.
Oxford United and Brighton. 3-1 Brighton.
Yeah, 3-1 Brighton.
3-1 Brighton.
Or 4-0 Brighton, to be fair. And last but not least, Grimsby Town taking on Manchester City United.
What's your prediction, Ackerman?
2-1 Grimsby.
Seriously?
Fair enough.
4-0 Grimsby. MK Dons run it back.
3-0 Man United. 3-0 Man United.
2-0 Grimsby.
Really?
I'm doing it for the
Okay,
bands. I'm doing
you know
it
what,
for
guys?
jokes.
I'm actually not surprised at your prediction. Don't worry, I might be surprised.
4-0
No,
Grimsby. The next
1-0
Dele Alli will be unnerved this game.
The mighty United. They didn't beat the mighty United, bro. We'll talk about Man United right now. Sorry, I had to divert away from the chat. I forgot the Carabao Cup was on, that's why I had to make predictions. Sorry about that.
Yeah.
Wickham taking the lead. Cardiff taking the lead. Preston Wrexham 1-1 so far. Huddersfield taking the lead. Listen, we should get back to that later. Next up, I think we haven't talked about Brentford Aston Villa.
You go ahead. You watch it. I didn't.
I watched it.
So Arsenal.
There's no pattern of play for Aston Villa, man. There's no pattern of play. There's no pattern of play, bro. It's all just give the ball to Ollie Watkins and hope, or whatever it was. Villa just don't look like they're good on the counter. They look like they can't score at all. They're trying to create chances. They just cannot put the ball in the back of the net. But Brentford just held them off very well. Brentford defensively played very, very well.
I think one thing I will say, if Keith Andrews is getting a win against the new Unai Emery team, it's pretty safe to say that Unai Emery team is not in a good place. And Aston Villa aren't in a good place. They've only picked up 1 point so far, but failed to score in their last 2 games. It's looking kind of bleak, and with their underwhelming transfer window due to the high wage turnover, listen, their owners have fucked them up big time.
I genuinely might be underrating Brentford here. I genuinely might be underestimating Brentford here. Genuinely, Brentford are looking. They look good that day. They looked really good that day. They look like they thought that they could go and get more, or they'll get more. But they look wasteful. Kevin Schade, obviously, they still have what's his name again? They have Kelleher in goal. They have Jordan Henderson. So listen, they've got some players, but Wissa's on his way out, so that's something that might need to fix. And I reckon Brentford if they can sort out their result, if they can get some results against some sides, listen, they can stay up, but just about scrape it. Don't see them staying up clear, but they'll stay up just about. That's the last game I've talked about. That's the last game I've spoken about in terms of obviously that game. Spoke about Everton, Brighton. Spoke about Forest, Palace. Any other game we're missing? You spoke about Burnley, Sunderland, didn't you, Josh?
Yeah, I did. I think there's only one more game to talk about.
Yeah. We're gonna wrap it up.
And if you haven't heard Ackerman's thoughts already, he did the United show, so check it out.
Yeah, guys, we're gonna wrap it up here. Man United. Who the fuck are they? You think we will score? That's bloody positive. Listen, bro. I literally had to do something for the clicks. This time it was for the clicks. I said 2-1 Grimsby for the clicks, but United are gonna win the game. Don't worry, we're gonna win the game. I promise you. If we lose the game, Amram must be sacked on the dot. Seriously, he must be sacked on the dot. If we lose
I will be there for the Red Army rant pod. I will be sober.
It'll be literally the Amram out show, nothing else. It'll literally be Amram
out show. Sounds like a fucking talk show that you see in the States.
If you lose to Grimsby Town, sack him on the dot. I don't care. He's no way to stay in a job if you lose to
the Amram out show. It's brilliant.
Oh man, so yeah, Grimsby. Yeah, we better beat them, otherwise, yeah, sack him on the dot. Fulham away. Look, Josh, I forgot to ask you that there was this sentence, like there was this thing in British that you say. It's like it's not bustling. It's something it's called, but not buffering.
Hustle and bustle.
Thank you. Hustle and bustle. Thank you. But because I've been thinking about what it was. That's what United did. It was literally a battle and scrap, hustle, bustle, whatever you want to call it. type of game, and we just obviously, bro, we just couldn't create for our attack. And I need to speak on Bruno Fernandes because I know a lot of United fans love Bruno Fernandes, and I understand why you love Bruno Fernandes, yeah. But there's no excuse over that missed penalty. Sorry. There's no excuse for the referee to bump into you and only for you to sky that penalty. If you are a top professional, you would just say, no worries, ref, let's move on. It's okay. Wayne Rooney had a beef with the referee and slapped one from top bins from the halfway line against Newcastle all those years ago. I don't understand this thing. Oh, the referee has to apologize. Fuck the apology. Put the ball in the back of the net and do your job. That's all I have to say. And United didn't do their job. We couldn't put the ball in the back of the net, and we let ourselves down. Bruno let himself down by missing that penalty. You go into halftime, 1-0 up. The floodgates are open. United are going into the second half full of confidence, kicking off the second half with confidence. Maybe could go in second and third goal. Could go for the second and third goal. All of a sudden, now we're looking like, hey, United looking good now. But no, typical Manchester United, what do? We go and score a scrappy goal, and we concede a scrappy goal. Diogo Dalot, I've been telling people about this guy. Not good enough. Simple. It's just not good enough. He couldn't clear the ball. Couldn't clear his lines. Don't know what he was trying to do. Some Dennis Bergkamp move. I don't know what the fuck he was trying to do. Some weird little flick he was trying to do and gave away the goal. Gave away the ball, and that was it, man. Diogo Dalot costed us the game by bringing him off the bench. Amorim, I'm going to say it again. Fans are going to get triggered. The manager ruined the game by bringing the subs on late on in the game. You bring on Sesko. You don't bring on Xerxes. Sesko's forced out wide. Sesko's playing on the left-hand side all of a sudden. Why is he playing on the left-hand side? Why is Sesko out wide? Why is he not in the box? You need Xerxes. You need Xerxes. That's where you need the link up between the striker and the goal scorer. Sorry, the goal scorer, the attacker and Sesko. You need an attacking midfield and Xerxes to link up. Sorry, and Sesko link up. Excuse me. Sesko and Xerxes link up play in the box that will work out well. This is where I think Amorim messed it up. You don't bring on Kobe. You don't bring on Xerxes. You're looking like there's no creative play. Brian Mbeumo, you can't provide for him. You can't provide for Cunha. What is going on? All of a sudden, football's just looking. The football is looking like, oh, we're just gonna hoof the ball to the box and see what happens. That has never worked in any single game when you want to go for the win. It's not worked again. And our corner came from an own goal. Which you might think it could be a foul, sure, but Calvin Bassey is 6'4", guys. Calvin Bassey is 6'4". I've gained hatred for a new player, by the way, Calvin Bassey. I can't stand the guy. I genuinely, after this game, I've lost it with Calvin Bassey. I've lost it with him. I understand your frustration, Josh. I remember you've been saying something about Calvin Bassey in the chat as well. I know, and I know you don't. Was it Muniz? Was it Muniz you were saying about Muniz?
Oh no, I can't stand Muniz, and it was him that scored the own goal. So fuck him,
bro. Calvin Bassey, man, I swear down, bro. He threw.
Hey, come on, hey, he's an Arsenal fan, Jack. We got to respect.
No, but bro, like I said, all I can really say is Man United really screwed up big time. They just screwed up the game. They threw away the game for themselves. Like I said, score the penalty, go into halftime. Could have given the penalty to Brian Mbeumo even to get his first goal for United, get off the mark against Fulham. Second game of the season, get a goal. And going to halftime, looking like you're 1-0 up, getting confidence into the game. We shall see. And then you go into the second half, you play worse than you did in the first half, and you think you can go for the win. That was one of the worst performances I've seen from our midfield in so long. Genuinely, that was one of our worst performances I've seen in our midfield in a very long time. This is where I ask, why are you not bringing on Kobe? Why do you have to bring on Ugarte instead of Kobe? You're gonna go for the win. You bring on Harry Maguire and Aiden. Really? Okay, it's fair enough. Harry Maguire scores that header. That header goes in the back of the net. That's a different game. You could be like, oh wow, Amorim's a genius for doing that. Then fair play to him for doing that. All of a sudden, that goal goes in and we're celebrating. But at the end of the day, you're not bringing on attackers to win the game. You're bringing on defenders. Cool, Maguire can go for a header in the box late in the game. Maybe he's done it before, sure. But why are you bringing on a defender instead of an attacker that can link up play with the striker? Bro, I felt bad for Sesko on Sunday. I felt bad for Sesko. There was nobody to link up with him. Sesko was forced out wide to link up with Bruno Fernandes, who was absolutely terrible once again. Nobody wants to call this out because he gets all the GA and everything. Yeah? Everyone can get criticism. The manager should be criticized. And I'm sorry, this cult of you can't blame the manager, you can't fault the manager for anything. It's a lie. It's a myth. Yeah. Everyone can be blamed. We are a collective unit. We are Manchester United Football Club. You can blame anybody. Everybody should be blamed for a loss or whatever it is. For anything that crumbles apart, anything that falls apart, you have every right to blame everyone. We are a collective unit. We are Manchester United. Nobody is prone from it. Not Ruben Amorim, not anyone new. So, yeah. Sorry.
Quick stat for you. Ruben Amorim has a worse win percentage at Manchester United than Graham Potter did at Chelsea.
Then Leicester City too, by the way. Then Leicester City, since they got relegated as well, by the way. Since Leicester got relegated, Leicester accumulated more points.
Listen, Amorim, let's put it this way. In the first half, you let Fulham get away with it, and you allowed them to grow into the game because of your failure to take chances.
The missed penalty.
So put it this way. The only big chance Manchester United created, according to the stats, was the Bayern long ball. Yeah, was the Bayern long ball. Yeah. And you played well in the first half, but in the second half, you dropped off completely. And you still haven't scored your team still hasn't scored a goal this season. Your front three is holding smoke of Mbeumo, Kinya, and Sesko. But your whole team haven't scored a single goal so far this season. It was a Rodrigo Muniz own goal. And whether it stood, I have serious doubts about. Because yes, Calvin Bassey is a tank and he is 6'4". But at the end of the day, if you're jumping up in the air and you get pushed, your momentum's going to be against you, isn't it? So I don't know about the I don't know about the goal you got. But hey, I was buzzing because Smith Rowe equalised. And listen, as an Arsenal man, I'm going to be happy about that. It was a fantastic goal from Iwobi's assist as well. Brilliant crossing. And honestly, you say about your substitutions, and yeah, on paper, they look idiotic. But if Maguire buried that header that he had from the corner on 88 minutes, you would have rightly been calling it a Ruben Amorim masterstroke. Yeah. Which just goes to show, like, even in spite of the substitutions, he still had chances to win the game. So I know Amorim should be sacked. I've said that more often than a lot of your United fans that you host on here. But your players do have to take responsibility as well. It's a 50-50 game. Amorim is clearly a poor manager for Manchester United. He's not the right fit. But at the same time, your players aren't good enough for Manchester United either. It's a poison chalice wherever you go in that football club.
There are some players there that shouldn't be here, in my opinion. There are a lot of players there that so aren't good enough. Obviously, Cunha and Mbeumo, you bring in good players there. You're bringing Sesko, a decent striker. You're going to bring in a new keeper, Sene Lamens. You bring in Mazraoui, good player. Delict, good player. Euro, really good player. So listen, I hope, at the end of the day, Lenny Euro saved us that day. Lenny Euro saved us that day. If it wasn't for Lenny Euro's tackle against Muniz or whatever it was, I forgot who it was. Bro, that was the game saving match right there. I know we drew, but that was the game saving match because that could have been all 3 points lost. All 3 points gone if it wasn't for that tackle. So big up Lenny Euro every single time. Big up to Lenny Euro every single time. Big up to you, Bush Baptiste. I know you commented the other day, and I apologize at the end of the stream, and I knew you commented, bro. Big up to you, man. I saw your comment the other day, so don't worry. I didn't miss it. I didn't miss your comment out. So big up to you, my guy. Liverpool fan, always respectful, always keeps it real every single time. Big up to you, my guy. But yeah, bro. Honestly, it's just sickening, like how every single time I expect we're up 1-0. You try to hold on to the lead, and then you just go and make some dodgy mistake and just leads and just throws the game away. Like, it's typical Man United under Ruben Amorim. Typical Man United, bro. If we would have won 1-0, I'd be like, okay, do you know what? Fair enough. We go away with a 1-0 win. I'm not going to complain. And then we go and concede that stupid goal. But then again, Kobe Menu, Joshua Zirkzee left on the bench. Sesko comes off the bench. You don't bring on his link-up man. So how are you supposed to get a goal then? Obviously you do have Cunha and Mbeumo there who can link up with him. Cunha missed a few chances. Unlucky, by the way. I thought Cunha was really unlucky. I thought he did well. I thought he put himself into good positions to score goals. But listen, that's sometimes you get unlucky. Sometimes it's not always your day. So Cunha, I'm sure his time will come. I'm sure he'll score. I'm sure he'll score really soon.
Why did Zirkzee and Mainoo not come off the bench?
It's a joke, man.
And speaking of Mainoo, have you seen that there's a possibility he may leave No, Jack's seen it. I mean, Jack, I'd like to know your thoughts on that.
I'll get to Jack in just 1 second. I need to get to this comment real quick. No one knew you would miss it. It was just the best penalty taker, bro. Sometimes as a captain, you need to hand it to somebody who needs their first goal. Bruno Fernandes gave Marcus Rashford a penalty against Everton 2 years ago to get his confidence back up. So why can't you give it to Brian Mbeumo to get his first goal for United, or something, or give it to Mason Mount or something? You know, somebody gets want to get the confidence up. I know you're the best penalty taker of the club. It's not even a joke. You're the best penalty taker of the club easily. I agree with you on that one. Best penalty taker, sure, but come on. You as a captain should know, if you're so rattled by a referee, hand it over to somebody else. If you had a feeling you were going to miss that penalty, why did you take it then? Why didn't you give it to someone else instead? You know, you can still change the decision. They haven't stepped up with the penalty yet. You can still change the decision. You can still give someone else the penalty. So Brian Mbeumo should have taken it. Dallo just needs to pass to Bruno, but he wanted to show. Bullshit. That'll absolutely cost us the game. Bassey's really good. He's decent. He's a decent player, even though I take the piss out of him. On your rock bottom awaits, bro. Trust me. It awaits.
Can it get any worse after last season?
I hope it doesn't, but I think at this rate it's going, it looks like it will. Slotnick needs to bring on attackers this past week, bro. And when you bring on attackers, what happens? You win the fucking game. Ruben Amorim. Good days are coming. The process. Oh Christ! Nah. Out of here.
Hey Jack, what are your thoughts on the Fulham United game?
No worries, bro. Yeah, Jack, go on, bro.
I didn't watch the whole match. I only saw the highlights and whatnot in terms of one match a day and also Sky Sports Premier League. But honestly, with the Fernandes penalty, I don't see why I had that sort of reaction, because it's pitiful, because this isn't the first time that he's missed a penalty in the Premier League. The other two occasions I can think of was against Aston Villa at Old Trafford, and Courtney House scored a winner back in 21-22. And also against, who was it? No, it's going to come to mind. It's going to come to mind, but I can't remember who it was. Oh yeah, Arsenal. Against Arsenal that same season. And he hit the post, and I remember Ramsdale celebrated it. But regardless, in that sort of scenario with the penalty, as you mentioned, well, he could have passed it on to Mbeumo or Cunha or Mason Mount. That would have been probably the best case scenario. And okay, if they missed it, it would be problematic, obviously, given the circumstances. But yeah. And then obviously, as Josh mentioned, with the Smith Rowe equaliser, yeah, game's a game. You take with dubs where you can.
We take those.
And also with the penalty, it was also a bit like that discussion. It's also a bit like what happened last week, but I'm not going to brush up on it because I didn't see the incident. The incident out of Trafford, should I say? That's what I'm just going to call it. But yeah, the discussion with a centre back is in that sort of situation. Obviously, you should bring on attackers, because you're essentially chasing 2 extra points. And considering how the game played out, that seriously would have put more pressure on Fulham, and who knows, could have come away with 3 points. But hey, it is what it is.
Yeah, Sesko wasn't fit to play a full 90. Listen, at the end of the day, it's your second game of the season. You've had 2 weeks to train. There's no excuse not to be fit now. If you're getting minutes in the game, it means you're surely fit enough to play. If you're fit enough to come off the bench, why can't you start? Or at least you don't start, and then what's the difference? Actually, no, hold on a minute. What is the difference between starting 58 minutes and playing, or starting 45 minutes and playing for 30 minutes? Come off the bench. What's the difference? You're still playing the same amount of minutes you come off the bench for. So why can't you start? You know what I'm trying to say? What is this? I don't understand. Why can't he start? You know what I'm trying to say? Just give him some minutes, man. Burnley, you better back against Burnley, by the way. He better score. We better provide him with the goals. It depends on the situation. If United were 2-0 up, then he could easily get the penalty. No, because we were actually up 1-0 against Everton the other time. We were up 1-0, and he gave the ball to he gave the ball to Rashford. But I don't understand. It's if you're so rattled by the penalty, if you're so rattled by the referee, give it to someone else. Don't make yourself look like a fucking idiot by skying the penalty, and that's what he did. He made himself look like a fool by doing that. Sesko is being put on like Rasmus was put on by the club, and this seems to be the trend they are following. Thoughts on this one?
Shaq?
Josh?
Sesko like Haaland. I mean, at the end of the day, we're only 2 games in, so I wouldn't go to those drastic measures just yet. But the signs are worrying so far. There's no doubt about that. Like Monkey said in chat, Sesko probably wasn't fit, but he did have he did have a long pre-season with Leipzig on his hands. Compare that to the likes of Isak and Gyokeres. Gyokeres, the latter, who has still scored twice this season already.
Warning.
Yeah, it's not looking good for Sesko at the minute. But like I say, it's a marathon, not a sprint, and Sesko will get up to speed. Listen, I never wanted Arsenal to sign him anyway. I have serious concerns about his mentality. He didn't want to move to us last summer because he was scared to compete with Kai Havertz, which I think tells you all you need to know. But he's got all the fundamentals to be a top player with his height, his speed, and his shot power and whatnot. But Akavim, you know more than anyone. Manchester United are a graveyard for talent, and it's going to take something special for Sesko to get out of that conundrum.
100%.
But you know what I mean, Akavin? Surely that rings alarm bells. If you're scared of competing with Kai Havertz, this isn't some random journalist that said that, by the way. This is from The Athletic, and who reported that Sesko saw Kai Havertz's performance when we beat Chelsea 5-0 and thought to himself, "Nah, I'm not going to be able to replace him in that Arsenal team." Do you know how pathetic that is? Genuinely, that's terrible mentality, and not the right mentality for Manchester United.
What if other players miss it? People will still blame Bruno for not taking it. Where I said Bruno Fernandes should have given it to someone else was when he bumped himself into the referee and said, "I'm losing it now." He lost his mind. You know what I'm trying to say?
Players have a routine, they're very superstitious, and Bruno Fernandes is no different. But at the end of the day, you're a professional, and if a slight nudge from Chris Kavanagh puts you off, you haven't got the mentality to be Manchester United's captain or a captain for a Premier League team for that matter.
He's not a professional. This is not professional. Embarrassing. Did you see 5 goals? Yes, I did, bro. Well done for being lead scum. Well done. Salzburg to Bundesliga to Prem. Sadio Mane, wasn't it, that did that? No, Mane came from Salzburg to Prem. My bad. Sesko has a lot of pressure because of his similar career path to Højlund. No, Haaland. Sorry, I'm misreading Haaland. My bad. Haaland. Yeah, that's true. That is true.
I've seen no one make that comparison, to be fair, but I understand what Monkey means.
There are some comments I do want to get through real quick before we close out. I didn't miss a few comments.
That's fine.
There's a few comments. Guys, as a neutral, what are your thoughts on the newly Real Madrid under Xabi Alonso scoring 4 goals and not conceding any goal? Big up to them. Big up to Real Madrid. Keep doing what they're doing, man. Hopefully they win the Champions League. And
Real Madrid, I mean, I've only seen the highlights. I haven't got Premier Sports this season.
Lovely. Sorry, go on.
Yeah. I've only seen some of Real Madrid highlights. I mean, to be honest, like I keep reiterating, it's only 2 games in. Alonso seems very proactive in terms of changing the team week in, week out, which is good for rotation and for fatigue concerns. Having said that, I don't think they've looked anywhere near the best they can be. And like I say previously, it's only 2 games in, so they're going to get better. But listen, they haven't played too well in either game, and they've come out with 6 points out of 6. It's what title challenges are made of. It's what title winners are made of. And I have no doubt that Real Madrid will add to their trophy cabinet again, because it's what they do.
Don't know too much about Rodrigo Mora, but listen, that might be a good transfer to them. We don't know. We shall see. Tony Cruz is right. One more comment I missed out on. I think was it the Bayern Munich? Was it again that I missed out on? But anyways, I think that's all the comments we got to. Unless you guys want anything before we close out real quick.
Listen, just subscribe to AN Sports. Get this video up to 15 likes because I know there's more than 15 people watching. And Jack, if you want to plug your channel, do so, man. Because I'll upload soon, and Jack will be a big part of it.
I don't necessarily have a YouTube channel, but it's on.
I don't know too much about Rodrigo Mora, by the way, so I can't really tell you what I think of that. Wait and see for 10 games. It's too early to criticize and judge. Yeah, fair enough. Fair enough on that one. Mission 21 starts in the game with 23, but for Liverpool, you mean? Not for United. Don't see United doing that. I'll be honest with you. I don't see us doing anything. Mission 21. Mission 21 doesn't start very soon. It starts in like 3 years apparently. So listen, by 2028, we have to win the Premier League, right? According to Omar Barada, that fucking bald liar. Yeah. Fucking useless Omar Barada. Porto. All right. Fair enough. I didn't know about him too much. 70 million release clause for a kid that age. Really? 18 years old player. 70 million release clause already. Yeah, the football market's broken, man. Can't lie, it's broken. But anyways, guys, we are gonna wrap it up here. I do have to end it, obviously, because I cannot release clips in under 2 hours. So I will post clips. If it goes past 2 hours stream here, I cannot clip up the show. So I'm gonna have to end the stream here.
Yeah.
I'll put a mumble. But anyways, we are gonna wrap it up. Special. Listen, we shall see. We shall see. 15 likes, guys. 420 subs. Jacques, welcome to the channel, bro.
Brilliant, baby.
Thanks so much.
First of many, man. First of many for sure. Josh, appreciate you as always, man. I'll see you Friday. I'll see you guys Friday if you guys are willing to join Friday.
Yeah.
Well, I am. You know I am.
Jack, if you were to join Friday, you're more than welcome, bro. You're more than welcome.
Thanks so much.
Friday. And no worries, guys. Guys, like I said, 15 likes and 420 subs, guys. Or one sub from 415 at least. 415 will do for now, but 420 subs is the goal by the end of this week, guys. Come on, let's go. But Josh, obviously, you like I said, you are working on a project on your channel. I will tag your
very
channel.
slowly. The process is slower than Arteta, but
guys, go. I will put the link in the description, and Jack is working on with him, so we shall see. But guys, we're out. Like, share, subscribe. Come on, United.
Big up.